Put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Just to be safe.
No, it's nothing inappropriate. Maybe. What? Oh, it's my. Oh yeah. Whoa, whoa.
Like, everybody got offended with that comment.
Oh, I wasn't offended. I just thought it was weird.
With his beret.
Yes.
And his turtleneck.
Raspberry beret.
Dodilo? I don't know.
That's me, Dow Tylo.
He's in his room.
I looked there.
Well, I'm
Can't
trying to
hear you.
center myself. I'm sorry, which is why I'm looking at the Twitch stream, which is why I'm trying to center myself. Sorry.
You just start doing this.
Sorry, I'm not going to move it anymore.
He said it was him.
So how do you say that? Dotilo?
Dow Tylo. Yes.
I don't know about that.
I don't.
It's holy toad backwards. How's that?
Can y'all hear the dogs?
My mic, or at least for recording purposes, on the Twitch stream. Hate it when I do that. Oh well. Thankfully, nothing happened. So it's been a few nights since the last game. So at this point, since nobody had, well, I mean, starting off blood-wise, everybody starts off 1 point down. And of course, 1 point down for each ghoul that you maintain. And also 1 point down for each feeding restriction you might have, if any.
What about herd, though? Does that counteract?
Herd counteracts only if you use it.
Okay.
I can't find enough sadists. No, that'd be masochists, wouldn't it? Yeah.
So while you're all adjusting your totals there, Hesperia, you are laying face flat on cement. When you finally come around, your face is almost right up next to a washing machine.
Just like,
Yeah.
okay.
It is a familiar washing machine, one that you recall seeing not too long ago when you were heavily burnt. You are slightly less burnt
That's good.
and hurt.
That's better.
But when you finally come to, you are very, very hungry. So your first thought is you knew you were in torpor. You know, there's clearly a time span from the explosion up till now that you're clearly missing. Something happened and you're missing those details. But when you finally get your bearings to you, you recognize a few of the things that are down here in this basement, and you see that coffin-looking thing that was sitting down there that's no longer locked. It's actually kind of just sitting ajar. It's not completely dark in here. There is a soft kind of night light that comes from one of the wall sockets. So it's you can see what's coming down as far as like if you were to come down the stairs. It's not completely pitch black. So you must be in Colin's house.
I'm gonna push my way up. Just kind of sit up for a minute and see if there's anything immediately around me in which I can eat.
Okay. Give me a self-control check.
Oh, feeding frenzy.
Do 10s explode? Oh, wait, no. I don't have 4 in it.
Well, not in this. Not for that,
Okay.
no. But 10s are
3
good.
successes.
Okay.
3 successes.
So you were hungry, but you were in control. This is probably a familiar feeling for you, given the fact that you're Nosferatu, and food usually doesn't come to you. You usually go to it because you have to hunt more often. So you're used to you're a little bit more used to being in the throes of hunger than perhaps others are. So you're able to keep it together. But deep down inside, I mean, you hear that stomach grumble, sort of, you know, feed me Seymour sort of reaction.
I was just thinking, baby.
Routine that when you first wake up. And as you get up, there has been some things moved around in here. You can't really tell what, but it looks like there's been some things that have been changed down here kind of hastily, and there's nobody else down here. Looks like you were the only one.
I'm going to look around again for anything to eat, but any kind of like sign of what day it might be. If I realize that I was in torpor, I'm probably realizing at this point that I've lost some time.
Yeah, there's no calendar or anything down here, unfortunately.
Okay.
And you no longer have a cell phone. Your clothing is pretty tattered and beat up, but for you, that's not really a big deal. But you're still wearing the same clothing you had at the night of the event. Just more charbroiled.
I need to go find some of that yam stuff. So I'm going to make my way up the stairs. I'm not going to go necessarily very stealthily, but I am going to pause at the top of the stairs and just listen for anything abnormal.
Okay. Sophie, give me a willpower check.
Five.
Wow. Okay. Maybe it's because you just haven't been sleeping very well lately, but you had listless enough sleep that you didn't sleep very well, so you did not sleep in, which you are prone to do on occasion.
Indeed. Surprising.
So by this point, you're probably just now up and about and kind of going through the new routine, of your life. When you hear some creaks coming from the basement, and Cuddles kind of like peeks around a corner like a pointer dog. It's like looking at the basement door. Meow.
What do you hear something?
So Cuddles looks up at you and says, "Meow."
Is it Colin?
So it just kind of
Yeah,
looks at
he's
you.
been hiding in the basement
Yeah.
the whole time.
He would know how to get in the basement.
Teleportation, baby.
Of course. What was I thinking? So
Not the
Cuddles
vampire
just
that's been
kind
down there the whole
yeah,
time.
Cuddles just kind of looks at you and just
Can I tell that it's coming from the basement?
sounds like it, kitchen-ish area, because the basement's off the kitchen.
Well, I'm gonna grab a knife, but also just in case. I don't know how these protections work. Maybe they've stopped working since Colin's not here.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'm just gonna
You grab a steak knife.
no, I have weapon knives.
So your knives, okay.
My knives.
See, I thought the same thing. She's gonna come there and get a butter knife. I'm gonna cut you.
I got a Ginsu.
It can fillet a fish and cut a can.
Hey, butter knife plus celerity could do some damage.
It could.
Yeah.
Saying.
It could. And just saying, there was a scene in the Giovanni clan novel where Chaz Giovanni actually got driven to frenzy because of a Toreador with one of those steak forks. The Toreador just moved too fast and he couldn't get his hands on him, and just it ended up embedded in his chest, and he ended up killing like two bystanders, just murdered him on the scene because he was so mad.
Wow. See? Okay, so and then I'm gonna make my way to the door
Okay.
and open it.
Okay. So I mean, you open it and you see a
Christian
very
Ritter.
very haggard looking Hesperia finally awake and walking up the steps.
Boo.
I'm gonna run down the stairs and throw my arms around her.
I'm a naughty vampire god.
I'm gonna let her catch me, and I'm gonna put my arm around her. And what's going on, man?
I didn't expect you to be awake so soon. How are you feeling?
How soon is so soon? How many days have I lost?
Cuddles just
What-
meows, as if that was the appropriate response.
Well, Hesperia can understand her, right?
If she uses feral whispers,
Oh, she has to actually activate it.
yes.
Okay, well,
Feral Whispers on.
Hold on, I gotta put my Babel fish back in.
I guess, I was out for a while too. I think it's been like 9, 10. I don't know.
9-10 hours?
Days.
Oh my gosh.
I
Where's
thought
where's everybody else?
that is a complicated question. At this point, would I have had time or ability to stockpile any blood, or is it still hard to come by?
It is still hard to come by in a convenient sense. I mean, if you wanted to do the equivalent of a smash and grab, which Sophie really wouldn't do because she doesn't like bums, that is still possible.
I'd probably pull a Lila and call for delivery before I did that.
She's rubbing off on you.
Well, give me a summary while I get something to eat, because I am famished.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind, maybe
You know, why don't
me.
you go clean yourself up? I'll call for some delivery.
like takeout.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That sounds amazing. Okay.
And feel free to raid my closet.
Are you sure you want me to?
What are you gonna wear?
Oh, okay. I mean, if you insist. I'm gonna wear whatever has the most sequins.
Okay.
And so, did Damaris eventually go back to her haven, or did she kind of forgo
She's a
that
little
at this
scared
point?
to go back to her haven at the moment because if she goes, she doesn't want to go by herself.
Right. Makes sense.
So I am going to wait, but I do want to go back there with one of them to check it out.
Okay, so you would be here at the house then as well. It would have had room. It just meant that you would have been bunking with somebody.
That's fine. Wouldn't
So
be the first time.
who all do we have at the house then?
So Jill is there.
Oh, Jill is here.
Yeah.
Jill did stay.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, you invited her, so Jill is there.
I did, but she said she'd think about it.
Right. So Jill is there, Damaris is there, Sophie is there, Hesperia is there. What about Miriam?
Miriam would probably stay with the family.
So back at the Cedar House? Okay. So really that's not that bad. Then that would be just the 4 of you there currently. Plus, actually no, plus Doug and the 2 S's.
Stephanie and Susan.
Susan and
Yep,
Stephanie.
Stephanie and Susan.
They're here
Which one is the one that I turned? Because I get their names mixed up.
Stephanie.
Stephanie. Okay.
Yeah, I actually wrote them down this time.
I was like, please don't ask me.
Well, good. If there are humans here, that means that there are people.
No,
actual-
Susan was the one that ended up getting embraced. She had been the ghoul. Stephanie was the one that had the flesh
Surgery.
grafting, the surgery in essence, and who can now walk.
Oh, okay. So I turned Susan, or I finished what Bear started.
Right.
Yes.
So Susan is effectively my child now.
Y'all aren't sure?
That is the active theory.
Yeah. I don't know how we find that out.
Well, Tremere do have rituals for that.
We don't want any Tremere.
No Tremere. Fuck the Tremere. We can test her later.
Okay,
I'm
so
just gonna, for all intents and purposes, I'm gonna say that she's my child and tell her that.
Sure. But she's
Bear's
there.
gone.
Yeah, she's there as well. So I mean, the house has some activity. It is a little full, but not so much that it's uncomfortable. If people are okay to bunk.
now Doug is the one in Estrogen Hill.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to ask the humans what they're in the mood for because I'm getting takeout.
Doug actually isn't here currently.
Okay.
He left a note saying that he was with the girlfriend right now.
Good.
Susan.
He doesn't need to be hovering. He has his own life.
Yeah, Stephanie at this point she's just like, I'm okay with pizza. Just
Okay.
something quick and easy.
Sounds good. So I'll call and order a pizza.
Okay. No problem.
Maybe I'll order 2 pizzas. I mean, like from
Two
different places.
Yeah.
So we get 2 different delivery persons.
You're thinking.
Because we want them to go home still.
Yes. Okay. So while you are in the process of ordering, and Damaris, you're here as well, obviously just waking up, and you can hear the conversation out in the, probably somewhere in the house in between the kitchen and living room area. You can hear. It sounds like Hesperia is finally awake, but they're talking, and it sounds like maybe Sophie's doing something on the phone.
She's always doing something on the phone these days.
Okay. So I'm gonna go up to wherever the main part of the group is. I don't know where everybody's kind of congregated.
They're kind of right there.
Um,
Basically, the way it sits is it's like. Well, do you remember the house you used to live in? Or I think you stayed there with Chris and Dina. The house that was at North Phoenix ish before they moved. I don't remember if you stayed there with them or not. I think maybe you did.
I mean, the one over on the avenue side, like
Yeah.
Peoria?
Mm-hmm.
I never lived there, but yeah, I know what house you're talking about.
Okay, so imagine a setup a little similar where the big living room is right off the kitchen.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of where they're at. They're like right in the middle of that.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of walk up to the group, and do I see Hesperia?
Mm-hmm. She looks very ragged.
Wow. She's gonna go up and just kind of pat her on the back. Well, nice to see you awake. You look about how I felt when all down.
Yeah, there's I got to figure out what happened when I was out, but I guess there's always time for that. But I'm glad to be back up top, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go to my haven and check it out for the first time since I've been back. Does anybody want to come with me?
As soon as I get something in me, I'm good to go with you.
No, that's fine. I just want to see if there's been any evidence left behind because, yeah. Fucking church.
So as you guys are talking, you end up hearing the doorbell ring. Sophie right now is like in the other room on the phone, and you hear bing, 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 bing,
that fancy.
bing, bing.
I'll go to the front. And is there a peephole?
Yes, there's the people.
Who is it?
There's actually two individuals standing out there. One is a not old, not young, probably in his mid to late 30s. Black man, athletic, but dressed in kind of a business casual sort of look, with a nice leather coat thrown over right now. The other individual looks like he's probably Middle Eastern, maybe a little bit younger, long black hair and more slender in appearance. He's dressed in he's dressed more like just casual, like t-shirt. He's got some some jeans on, a little bit thicker coat, but not like the hiking outback type coats. More like a little bit thicker, more robust leather jacket.
I'm gonna crack the door and just kind of peek my head out. Can I help you?
So the Middle Eastern guy speaks, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. We were looking for Sophie."
And you are?
Confused.
Me too. Who are you?
He says, "My name is Samir, and this is Cornell."
Okay. And just so I can tell her if she's here, why you're here, why are you here?
She pretty much asked us to come down. We're from Portland.
Oh. Okay. Well, I guess come in for a moment. I'll go let her know then.
Okay. He walks in. Cornell actually takes a moment to do the shoe scuff thing on the mat.
See, his mama taught him manners.
How considerate.
And he
she's
steps
gonna...
in, just kind of like looking around. They're both kind of confused, but they don't seem too unfamiliar with the house.
Wait here, guys. I'll go get her. She's gonna go find Sophie.
If she's here.
Well, Sophie did hear. Sophie, while you were on the phone, you actually heard the doorbell go off.
Yeah, I bet I did. I look at the phone like, you have quick service.
Hey, Sophie, you've got visitors from Portland?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't remember their names.
Am I done with my phone calls?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm just gonna pocket the phone and go to the door, and see the guys and reach over to shake their hands and say, Samir, I'm so glad you could make it. Sorry, it's a little chaotic around here. Cornell, nice to see you again.
Likewise, I'm.
If you're hungry, I've just ordered pizza.
Well, thank you. I'm a little out of the loop. Samir didn't really fill me in too much as to what was going on, other than I guess you needed some help looking at Colin's things.
Yeah, pretty much. Come in.
Okay, and they're looking around, and and he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize so many. It's just Samir speaking. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize so many people were here.
I don't know how much trouble Portland has been having, but we had an incident about a week ago, and our community haven was destroyed, and so this is kind of a safe spot for my coterie right now.
Oh, but wait, you mean they're all vampires?
Most of them.
And there's no problems with us being here, right?
Well, dinner is on the way, so
And they both kind of go like, okay.
You should be fine. They're civilized.
All right.
Dinner is served.
I'm gonna usher them into Colin's study
Okay.
and give them the rundown, basically what I told Samir, and basically ending with, I don't know what can be done, and I would really like to find out if we can help him. So anything you can do, or I can do, please tell me.
Anything?
Okay. So they like start looking around, and they kind of chuckle to themselves a little bit. Looking at the den. He says, "Yeah, well, this part's kind of familiar. He never was much of an organizer where this was concerned." And Samir goes over and starts like looking at like a layout on one of the desks and kind of rummaging through and whatnot.
I wish I could help you with this, but it's all Greek to me.
And Cornell's like, actually, not to be persnickety, it's actually it's actually very Gaelic in some places.
Whatever.
But I understand your meaning. And he's like, Samir, Celtic traditions really aren't my thing. That really was more Colin's. And he says, well, yeah, no, I get it. But Sophie was hoping that maybe there was more to this than meets the eye. Apparently he was dealing with, she said something effective. You filled him in, right, on what you saw? Yeah. So he says, I guess he like went somewhere or crossed over to something or something along those lines.
He opened some kind of a doorway thing, and inside were like drab colors, and it just looked terrible. At least that's the impression that I got from trying to read the ring that he dropped.
So Samir turns to you and he says, "Okay, so I'll tell you what. Why don't you just do whatever it is you need to do? We'll situate in here and get this organized and give us some time to go through his eclectic notes and we'll see if we can come up with something."
Thank you. And I'm gonna shut the study and leave
Okay.
him in there. Sorry about that. That's not dinner. Those are some of Colin's friends. I asked them to come and see if they can help him.
At this point,
Help him what? Sorry.
Help him come back.
As what? I mean, he's
They know more about this than I do. I figured if anybody had answers, they would be able to find out if there's just something that we can do.
And what are they, necromancers? Like, how are they gonna find him and bring him back? Like,
I figured if they can figure out what it is that he did, then we can find out if he's really gone.
maybe he did a spell or something, or some sort of ritual with that Tremir's book or journal.
Maybe. I guess, do you still have that? I might as well show that to them too.
I do, but I'll be honest with you. I don't think that a human should be in possession of this type of item.
Well, if it's part of the research that he was using to fuel the spell, then it would be important information.
No.
I really don't want to give it to them. Just gonna let you know right now, I don't want to give it to them. Not at least without being with them, because I don't. This she holds up the book. This is dangerous. This is dangerous stuff to be dabbling in.
Well, Colin's work was dangerous too.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
But
so
if-
glad Miriam's
I'm-
not here.
But after they've made some sense out of what they're looking at, if it seems like they're still missing pieces, I'd be happy to have you in there with them.
I would appreciate that and actually prefer that, just because, no offense, I don't know your friends or anything, but the fact that at all that Colin was working with this kind of magic just creeps me out a bit. So I'd rather not let them have it without somebody being there. So let's let them do whatever they need to do first, and then they can come find me.
Okay. That's good.
So, Henri,
Oui.
you have risen for the next evening. As of this point, you haven't heard of any sort of formal gathering or anything of that nature going on in the city. You do know where they are, where they are currently staying.
The last time when I checked out, I said that I would go hunting if anybody needed anything. I could, when I woke up. So
Mhm.
I don't know whose phone number I would have though. Maybe Dottie or
Who?
Dottie or Samuel.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We would assume anybody who was active at that point. So, Damaris and Sophie as well.
We would have
So,
exchanged.
so you can call most everybody.
I'll try Samuel first because, like you said, we have the French connection. So I'll
Yes.
see if he picks up.
Okay, goes to voicemail, obviously.
Okay. And like, Samuel, this is Henri. I have not heard from anybody. I'm calling to see if what is going on. I am going to call this lady Sophie to see if if needs be, we go to her man's house. So I will be going there this evening. Okay. So I hang up the phone.
Okay.
I call up Sophie.
And you call who?
Sophie.
Okay. It kind of cut off there. I couldn't hear. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, Davy Jones show. What's going on, dude? So, Sophie, your phone starts to ring. Beep, 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 beep.
Really? She's got Kim Possible too?
That was Go Go Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad.
I'll answer the phone.
Bonjour. Is this Sophie?
Oh yes, Henri, nice to hear from you. How are you tonight?
Oh, I have just woken up. As I am a little hungry. So I am going to go hunting for myself. Do you need when I bought the animals last time, people kind of twinkles their noises, so I didn't know if I need to bring the oboe or is that an animal or if I just feed and then go to your house.
Oh, we've just ordered some takeout, so you don't need to worry about us. But yes, Hesperia's awake. You haven't met her yet.
Oh, I've not met Hesperia. No.
She would love to meet you, I'm sure, as soon as I tell you who you are.
Okay. So I will, Robert and I will go and get sustenance. I've given him some blood, so I need to fill it myself, and then we will be at your house soon.
Sounds good. See you soon. A bientôt.
Au revoir.
Miriam, at this point, Kwan is recovering. He's kind of just staying out of the public eye for right now while he gets healed at this point.
Making sure he has lots of blood.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy and the two Utes have been pretty busy overseeing the repairs on the Cedar House, making sure everything is repaired, but also because it's considered an historic building, kind of redirecting city surveyors and whatnot, and keeping their hands tied so that way they don't get too nosy with the additions that are downstairs.
Right.
So they've been keeping really busy with that.
Okay. That's understandable. She is staying involved as much as possible. She has reported to Malcolm what occurred.
Yeah, Malcolm is aware of what has happened.
Yeah, well, she's keeping him up. She's keeping him abreast. Keeping him abreast of the situation and what is occurring, any changes or modifications. You know, he is her superior. And with what is going on, she definitely wants to make sure that he is cognizant of what is going on every step of the way. She does ask him about the spirits that had been at the asylum that were no longer there, and the magic that had been done out there, from what it looked like, you know, explain it was like blood magic and stuff like that, seeing if he had any idea of what it could be. I mean, obviously other than blood magic, but that would destroy all the souls and such.
He doesn't know as of this point, which is what he would have relayed in a message back to you, because there's that big time delay right now.
Right.
But when he finds out more, he'll let you know.
Okay. She does ask him if he's planning on coming back for a visit anytime soon.
Not anytime soon. There are there's events going on elsewhere in the world that is demanding his attention right now.
Okay, not a problem. Once she gets done texting back and forth with him and she gets dressed and everything, and she goes down and checks on Jimmy and see how him and the guys are. And what do they have anything to report? Because I'm sure there's also been security watching, to make sure of anything that occurs during daylight hours. She's also going to check about progress on the house, and then she's going to go check on Quan.
Yeah, you've got the progress so far. There hasn't been any updates beyond that currently.
Okay.
The only other rumor you're hearing is that the Mountain Club downtown was almost burnt completely to the ground.
Okay.
There had been some fighting and a fire broke out around that street block.
Ta-da! Yeah. Any fatalities?
There were some, but they were like bystanders.
Okay, that's not necessarily a good thing. Okay. She'll go check on Quan.
Quan is just laying in bed at this point. He's literally not doing anything right now outside of healing.
Is he torpid?
No.
Okay. So she'll just tap on his door and peek her head in. Hey, you.
Come in.
So she walks in, walks over, sits down just at the foot of the bed. How are you feeling?
Yeah, not good. But better.
Okay. We'll get you something to eat here. I'm sorry, Quan.
It's not your fault.
No, but you're my family. I should have watched out for you better.
Well, you didn't, and nobody really could have. That from what I understand, they kind of hit everybody all at once, so it's not really something anybody could have really anticipated.
It's not, but we are definitely going to start making headway into ensuring that stuff like that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
And that at least that the family is safe.
No, I get it. I mean, right now, the best thing for me is just to lay and heal. I've got, some wounds that I'm hoping aren't going to put any noticeable scars, but if they do, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. Let me turn the TV on for you.
I'm not crippled.
I'm being nice.
I know. I've got a remote. It's good, but you're the Donna, and I'm sure you've got business today or tonight, I should say. Just go handle that. I'll be here.
I do, but my family comes first.
I know. But right now, it's important that you, as the Donna, are seen with the others. And, because the Giovanni have to maintain a strong presence here.
Okay. If you need me, call me.
I will. I've got the guys, and Vinny's been floating around here someplace too. So.
Oh, I'm sure he has.
Yeah. No, I mean, we're good.
Okay. So she gets up and leans over and gives him a kiss on the forehead and turns around and heads out and heads over to Colin and Sophie's house.
Okay.
Drive. Yep.
So the first delivery guy shows up at Colin's house with the first pizza, or sets of pizzas, I should say.
Drugs!
How much were you going to take from him, blood-wise?
I've got a herd, so I can last for. I can go out if I need to, but Hesperia's on empty, so I'll let her take whatever she needs without killing him.
You can take 2 from a person and be safe. Anything beyond that is putting them at risk.
I'm going to take 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Dose blood points. So you're up from 4, and you're now at 6. And Denozo's right behind you.
I shame. I was about to say there is a Denozo kitty in the background,
Cleaning himself.
And
then and not getting too bogged down with it, the other guy comes and goes as well. So you've got an excess of pizzas. I take it you're taking 2 from him as well?
Yes.
Okay. And about that time, Henri is pulling up with his trusty sidekick.
Robert. So there's nobody outside the door and everything, right?
No. Nothing like that currently, yeah. There are a few extra cars here currently, but beyond that, no, there doesn't seem to be like anybody standing guard or watching or whatnot.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell Robert. So Robert, you wait in the car again. I just wait here. I'm not sure what they're going to do.
I got it. I'm on guard duty.
Enjoy your music again, not too loud. I get on out. I walk to the door, knock on the door.
So as you walk out of the car, you hear this dun 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 dun. And
I turn around and give my thumbs up.
Yeah. So he's listening to Right Said Fred as you go walking up.
That works. I don't like the door. I don't like the doorbell. I'm knocking on the door.
Okay.
So,
I'll answer the door and greet him and welcome him inside.
Enchanté, Sophie. So where is the burn friend? Where is she? I'm supposed to meet her tonight.
Henri, this is Hesperia, the Baron. Hesperia is Henri, one of our new faces in town. He and his friends pulled us out of the rubble of that building.
Wow, it seems, Henri, that we're in your debt. I'm going to extend my hand. What does your face currently look like? Are you wearing any masks or anything?
I look like, what did I have before? It's Marceau. Sorry, it's just a less attractive version of Marceau. Like not like Marceau is attractive or not, but that's
Okay, now I got you.
So think of somebody who's famous, who's average looking, and take it down a notch.
I'll be unimpressed and say very, very much thank you from the bottom of my heart.
How do you look right now? Because I know you're healed, but
She's
no,
creepy.
I'm very disgusting looking. I'm letting it all hang out. I'm day 16 of quarantine.
Only day
Shake her
16.
legs.
so I'm gonna see you, and I'm like,
So you're still brushing your teeth and stuff.
nice.
Taking a shower and putting on deodorant even.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Are you wearing pants too?
I don't know. Am I? No, probably I am. I'm in the last thing. Well, my clothes are probably burned off at this point, and
I
I'm
thought you
probably
had a
not
sequin
wearing
outfit
it.
from
You went
Sophie.
and got
Yeah.
went and got showered and
Oh,
put on
I didn't know I'd
sequin.
done that yet. Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm gonna
We
look
were
for
supposed to
something.
do that while we were waiting for pizza.
Yeah.
That's what I
So-
did.
When I
Oh.
see your face and I see your grotesqueness, I'm just gonna drop my facade at that point and just reveal my true self to you. And I said, I was not told that the Lady Baron was a Nosferatu. It's so good to meet you. And I'm grabbing your hands. I'm like, oh, so good to meet. And I'm kissing your hands. Oh,
Oh, good Lord.
And Sophie's just like,
Suddenly,
You guys-
suddenly he turns
Well-
into Pepe Le Pew.
And she
Well,
turns
ugly sticks together.
So
Hey.
turns away and takes
Word.
pizza to the
Ugly
guys.
as his ugly does.
I need more of an entourage like this, Henri. I think you have a home here in Ashland as long as I'm Baron of the Anarch.
I do appreciate. I have the titles. To some is very, very important. So I do not know how is it for you. When I address you, milady, do I always say milady or my baroness or?
I've never had anyone call me my lady, so I think you should always call me my lady.
Well, this I will abide. This
This is awesome. So awesome.
So I have not encountered very strong Nosferatu presence within
Right
here
back.
in Ashland. I've been within the sewers and within the hobos and the outside lands, but I have not encountered. Is there many of our kind here?
No, I'm the only one of our kind that I'm aware of currently.
Well, I was just passing through when I was captured with
Passing.
Samuel, and we met the others, Jututi and Zadati, and we found you, and we found the others. There was one that was Ash. I do not remember his name, and then there was one that was not found. I understand, but we stayed quite a long time until we thought we had to go. But your courtier here is very, very strong. Yeah, very divergent of powers. But I sense the strong obfuscate within you, so I know that we shall bond, milady. So I look forward to our relationship.
We're a bunch of misfits that happen to come together for our own safety. So, but you mentioned you're passing through. Can I count on you to assist us during this time?
Oh yes, I would like to kill the bastards that took it upon themselves to take me in. It's these humans. They need to die. I mean, the humans have their uses. And I think the use for these ones are simply to feed us and maybe to enjoy ourselves with, to feed upon. As a human, you don't need these arms and legs. You can chop them off and feed upon them for days. So I'm thinking that's what I want to do. Is to seek the vengeance.
I couldn't agree more.
We have many here. We have the high-pitched one, Mr. Doug. How are you, Doug, tonight?
Doug is actually not here.
He's not over there, though. Where is he?
Oh, Doug is spending some time with his lady friend.
He has a lady friend.
Yes.
That's impressive.
And he has been very loyal and watching it over me for the last week, and he needed a break. So
maybe we should get everyone together, including Miriam, and have some sort of a discussion to see where we're going to go next. Because, as our new guest mentioned, I believe we owe some vengeance.
yeah. You're muted.
Me?
Me. And I shall do something. Jerome knows the quote. I know Samuel L. Jackson.
Furious anger.
Yep. And you know, my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
How are Susan and Stephanie doing? They're pretty quiet.
They're like Jill. They're kind of keeping to themselves.
Oh yeah, and Jill. I forgot Jill.
Or Jill.
I
Wasn't
must
she
say,
the one
this
that we
is
just
the
threw
most
the body
vampires
at?
I've been around in one time, and it's a long time. It's just, this is more than a handful here. So I am to work with all of you will be very exciting.
Has Miriam arrived yet?
Yeah, Miriam is actually pulling up right at this moment, and Samir kind of peeks his head out to Sophie and does one of these numbers.
If you'll excuse me, and I go into the study.
So he says in a low voice, he says, there was talk of eating humans. Do we need to worry about this?
First of all, I'm pretty sure you can take care of yourselves. Colin could.
That's not
and
a great
also,
answer.
These are my friends, and you are my associates, and so there will be no actual eating of humans in this house unless I say so. So you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, okay. So we think we found something, or at least we have a lead.
Okay.
And the door is knocking at this point.
They can get that. Tell me what you found.
They can get that.
Somebody
Yeah,
else.
so Sophie has walked off to somewhere else in the house. Somebody's knocking on the door, and Sophie just isn't even bothering.
Should I?
Fine, I'll go
I
answer.
I'm gonna.
I'll
Yeah,
go-
I was gonna go
I'll
answer.
get it.
Okay.
I'm gonna half get up and be like, okay.
Yeah. I got this. Apparently, this is my day for door duty. So she'll go to the door and look through the peephole again.
Okay. So you look
Miriam's just standing there.
you look through the peephole,
Oh.
and there's Miriam.
All right, I guess you can come in too. Opens the door. Seems to be the day.
Yeah, I saw a couple extra vehicles. Has everybody like come for a hoedown or visit or something?
Yes.
Great. Okay.
Sophie's with a couple of guys that are, I guess, are trying to figure out what happened to Colin. And I refuse to give them the Tremere book that I found.
Are they like wizards? Like whatever.
I think they're like Colin. I don't know.
No,
I'm
you're
assuming-
not giving them the stuff on blood magic. Fuck no.
No, I told them no, I wasn't comfortable doing that because honestly, any human should not have possession of this kind of a book. Even I shouldn't be holding this thing, but I'd rather not have them have it.
Give it here.
While they're arguing, I'm gonna take a pillow from the couch and throw it at Miriam.
Okay, so she
Okay.
gets whacked by a
Yeah,
sofa cushion.
you weren't even ready for it. It's one of those.
Oh yeah, and I woke up. Hey,
Oh my god! You look like shit! But
Yeah,
you're up!
I feel like shit, but I'm wearing this nice dress,
That is
courtesy of
awesome.
Sophie.
I was about to say that's gotta be Sophie's. Did she
She's
get
not
you
gonna want it back.
No. Did she get you something to eat?
She did.
Did you
I
get
mean,
enough? Because you
I-
still look downright fucking peaked.
I always kind of look like that, but I mean, I could always
Okay.
use another bite.
That can be arranged.
Okay.
So she's gonna call Max.
Mm-hmm.
Anything fresh in today?
You mean corpse? Is
Yeah,
that
that's
what you're
still
asking for?
juicy. Yeah, that's still juicy.
Yeah, we'll say they scraped somebody off the side of the road.
How long?
Just a couple hours ago.
Hey, is something that's been deceased just a couple of hours? Is that okay with you?
That sounds pretty good. I don't discriminate.
Okay, can you bleed that thing and bring it to blah address?
Yeah. That's kind
Somebody
of
needs
it's kind of an odd request.
somebody's. You know about the explosion and all that stuff where we got hurt.
But I'm delivery service now?
You're what I tell you to be.
Okay, I mean, I'm just pointing out it's going to look kind of weird if somebody sees me milking a corpse
You
and then I
gotta
go
drain
somewhere.
it anyway. You've got to drain it anyway. I mean, that's one of the things of prepping a corpse is you got to drain it.
I'm just letting you know.
Okay, fine.
I can do it.
I'll
I can do it. It's just remember, there's a lot of eyes out there.
I'll have Jimmy come by and pick it up. Just have it ready.
No, no, no. You're not going to have me milk a corpse then hand it off to somebody. That's painfully obvious. At least I could say maybe I'm taking it to somewhere if I get pulled over. Jimmy's not going to know that. Jimmy gets caught with blood and it's, what are you doing with that?
Okay, put it in one of the med vac coolers when you bring it.
Yeah, I will. I'm just trying to remind you that there's extra eyes out there. We just want to be careful about this. And if you're going to be using me as vampire delivery service, give me more of a heads up.
I wasn't expecting this. Next time I will.
I know, but we got to communicate.
Can you
remember?
stop arguing?
All right.
I do appreciate it. I do, Max. I know we got eyes on us. I need this favor, please.
No, I got it. I'm on it.
Thank you.
While she's on the phone, can I lean into Miriam and I'm like, oh, probably go for on stay?
No.
Oh.
Just very pale or very blunt. No.
I walk away from her. I go back over to Hesperia and I'm like, I spoke to Sophia. I can get the animal, but the other ones here are very opposed to be feeding off of the animals. So there is guaranteed to be something around that I can get like a lot faster.
Honestly, beggars can't be choosers. If they need blood, blood is blood.
No, I agree. But the fact, after she hangs up, she's like, I agree, blood is blood. But the fact is, you get more nutrients from human blood than you do animal blood. And hunting down additional animals. When I have a corpse, sitting.
Is this fine? Too sweet.
In a morgue.
How close is this man with the blood? How long will it take?
Maybe half an hour. Maybe.
All right. Then no need to hunt.
It is appreciated. My ghoul works in the city morgue and is sometimes able to get stuff like that.
Well, you do have the connections. That's very nice.
Well, I used to be in charge of the morgue.
Oh.
So. Yep.
So, Sophie, Samir and Cornell lay out some of the notes that they've kind of pieced together collectively. And he says, some of this we're not really making heads or tails of. Part of it is it's another language, and Colin was really good with dead languages. So,
like Greek, yeah, I know.
Anyways. But
tell the people in Greece that one.
Yeah, I know. So, but he says, so
there's a hole in this keck.
So he says, but this set of notes right here, this denotes a tribe, kind of like a clan, but they're like a family lineage tribe sort of thing, that is found in Middle Europe, like Northern Italy, Romania, places like that. They're called the Benedante.
Oh God, I thought you were talking about that.
Okay.
and he says collectively, like, we don't know much about them. We just know that they were spirit hunters. And one of the big things that they're known for, and this is actually the big reason why we even know who they are, is they created something almost unique to them called a fennel blade. And it's this process of metalworking and the mixture of fennel as well as some sorcery powers infused in the blade, that not only did it act as a ward to spirits, but it could also severely hurt them, like if we hit you with fire.
That's like what we
Kinda
were
like-
trying to do when we went to visit. I think Miriam has one of those actually. I mean, that's what it sounded like. I don't. Anyway, when we went up to investigate the site, we worked on warding some weapons so that they would actually do damage on the spirits there, but there were no spirits there.
Yeah, that we don't know anything about. One thing the reason why we know about the Benedante is that they
make these kind of weapons.
Yeah, it's a tradition among them, and it's something that's highly coveted with our kind because it's so hard to find.
Okay, well, okay, keep going.
So we think if there's this other world thing that you were talking about in your vision, he may have crossed over to the spiritual lands. And we think the Benedante, being spiritual hunters, had some way of doing that.
Like a different plane?
Why aren't you getting Miriam for this conversation? Sorry.
Shh.
I don't know that Miriam's here.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry.
He says again, it's not our expertise. They both kind of looked at one another, and it's like, we know somebody who probably could help more in this regard, who is also a part of our council. I don't know if I don't know if they would be willing to come down here, given the circumstances.
So we'd go up to Portland to find him?
Perhaps just you. I don't know if this is something that we're a little edgy with what we heard earlier on, and we don't know your people like Colin did. And
Would you like to
conversely,
meet
we
them?
don't. Well, and conversely, our council doesn't know your people.
No, I understand that. It was made very clear that my association with Colin was very unusual among your people. So I can understand that. Who is this person?
For right now, we're going to withhold the name just for security purposes, because we don't want to commit them to something or even mention them in any regard without making sure it's going to be okay if they want to be known. But we'll run this information by this person, and we'll get back to you on that. We've taken some pictures of his work and what he was doing, and seeing if we can track something down from there.
So you think there's a chance that he's actually still alive?
They both shrug. We don't have any working knowledge of that place, but even if we were to start speculating, how would one get food? How would one get water? We don't. There's just too much that unknown variables that we can't weigh in on right now.
Okay. Well, it's more than I had before, so thank you. Are you done here for now then?
Yeah, we've got about as much as I think we're going to be able to make out of this. And Samir starts talking. He's like, I'm kind of loath to admit this, but Colin was way beyond us. He dabbled in a lot of things that people would have deemed too risky.
Yeah.
Which is why he was never a part of any of the orders. He always maintained his independence.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming. please take some pizza with you. We are not going to eat all that.
Clearly, yeah. We'll take some.
Thank you.
No problem. And if anything else comes up, just here, like if you come across something more, just let me know, and I'll pass it on to the others. We'll try and see what we can figure out.
Thank you.
Is it safe for us to sneak out?
I don't think there's going to be much sneaking, but I will escort you.
Okay.
So I'll open the study door and walk them to the door.
Okay.
And who are your friends?
Oh, Miriam. Welcome. Nice to see you. These are associates of Collins. I asked them to come and see if there's anything that we can do for him.
What are you talking about?
I tried to read his ring psychically, and
Okay.
I got kind of a flash of his last moment there. Basically, she looks over to the sorcerers as though, is it okay for me to talk about this? But they were there, so I'm just gonna go ahead. He opened some kind of a portal and stepped through it, and so
What did it look like?
drab and
He's in the Shadowlands?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, and they kind of shrug.
It's another plane of existence. It's like where Vinny would maintain existence, kind of like that. It's where like the spirits when we went up to the asylum, the reason we can't harm them is because they're not on this physical plane. They're on a different plane. That's why I use my fennel sword to fight them. But then there were none, which is really weird. But
Sophie turns to the guys and is like, I thought she had something like that.
Okay.
Something like what?
This is Miriam Giovanni, the Donna of Ashland.
They both nod.
You just really don't know how to explain me, do you?
She deals in necromancy. That's her family stuff. There you go.
I assumed that would mean something to them.
Oh, it did. They're just nodding and remaining quiet.
Okay. I guess wait, so this is a plane of the dead? Is that how?
Not necessarily. There are things on that plane that I wouldn't necessarily call them all dead. Spirits of some sort or another, yes. Some have cognizant reasoning like Vinny, others do not. Would you stop, little dog? Sorry. She's convulsively licking my arm. Some of the spirits there are malevolent, others not so much, and will definitely try to hurt you. Is that where you think Colin is?
You're the one that said that. All I know is what I saw.
So he willingly walked through that portal into this drab world.
Is there coming back from that?
Yeah.
How do we do it?
You ladies have so many things that you haven't have encountered. The other world, the gray and dark world where the ghosts and goblins live. This is so exciting.
I'm going to do a quick round of introduction, just skipping everybody's first name so that they're no longer strangers.
Sit down.
All right, go on. You were saying?
It's not that. Yes, humans can go onto that plane. It is extremely dangerous too, without the appropriate weapons to protect yourselves. If he had wards, if he had different kinds of spells, then yes, he could survive. I don't know for how long.
How does he come back?
That is a little beyond me, but I can make some calls.
Would you please?
Yes, because those that would know are yeah. It's going to be a kind of a game of tag. I'm going to warn you, Sophie, because the people that I know that would know this or would be able to find it out. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. She walks down the hallway into a room, shuts the door, and calls Quan.
Okay. So, I mean, Quan picks up.
Who do you know?
You hear a jingle in the background from the TV.
Okay. Hey, who do you know that would know how to open a portal into the Shadowlands?
Can you repeat that?
Who do you know?
And emphasis on, are you trying this?
It may need to be done. It sounds like
you don't have that skill.
No, that's why I'm asking you if you know anyone who knows how to do it.
I mean,
boyfriend.
Yeah, I do, but you have to understand, you still have problems out in that land, and you start reaching out for those types of favors, you may start getting information back you don't want. And I think you know who I'm talking about. There is another way to go about it, though.
Okay. What's the other way to go about it?
It's probably a little better.
If it's not having to deal with him, it's better.
Well, yeah, it's definitely not having to deal with him. You could try Isadora.
That I can do.
She seems to know some of the same people that Malcolm knows, and it would obviously keep you from being obvious. Now, I don't know what she would charge you for said information.
No, I know.
But it's probably going to be a little bit more discreet.
Okay. Okay.
Malcolm, I don't know if you know this, but the reason why Malcolm's not here is he's dealing with your sire.
You
cut out.
Yeah, you cut out completely, babe.
I said
secrets.
I said the reason why Malcolm is not here is he's dealing with your sire.
What? Did they have to go get him?
Yes. In so many words, but that's not really a conversation for the phone.
Why didn't he just tell me that himself?
Probably not a conversation for the phone. Especially given what's just happened in town.
Then how did you find out? Let me guess, not a conversation for the phone. Okay.
Well, I'm not going to tell you how, but I have different means.
You and I are going to need to talk real soon about some of this stuff. All right. Thank you.
So with that, Cornell and Samir exit.
So she walks back out into the living room. Isadora may be able to help.
Isadora knows how to do this?
Not necessarily that, but she may know people. Okay, she does know people who would be able to assist. Now, as it was so kindly pointed out to me, this is one of those things of we don't know how much she's going to charge, but it's going to be a lot more discreet than going through other avenues.
Okay. I have been spending the last couple of nights trying to get a hold of all of the people that we know who are still missing.
Mm-hmm.
Isadora's group is alive, but they were pretty wrecked. I haven't been able to speak to Isadora personally. She was pretty badly injured, but I can get a hold of Oubliette, who could probably talk to her.
Oubliette.
Or maybe we could get her on the phone. I don't know. I can ask.
This would not be with all that is going on. We would need to meet with her.
And Suey.
I don't know where they're staying.
I understand that. What? Whatever somebody's playing. Oh, okay. So basically, if you're going to call Oubliette, let her know that we need to speak with Isadora.
In person.
That it is an important matter that cannot be discussed on the phone. We don't know who is listening.
Okay. Well, I might as well put a bug in her ear right now. Was there any other agenda going on? Oh, Hesperia wanted to talk about current events.
I suppose at this point you've already given me the rundown about the Colin situation.
I have not, but you've kind of gleaned a lot of it.
Well, just for brevity's sake.
Blah. There.
Yes.
We give it a rundown.
Sure.
Sophie, I understand Colin is very important to all of us. Thank you for
I kid.
Thank you for reaching out to see who could be found. Is there anything that you've heard from maybe Portland or otherwise? Do they suffer the same attacks?
You know, I should have gotten a better update before the sorcerers left. I have not been able to reach Eamon. I texted Kareen, who texted back. She's the only one who's responded, but she just said things are not good and she couldn't talk right now.
Okay. My only thoughts are right now, let's go ahead and see what we can do for Colin, but very soon we need to organize, and we need to make sure who's available and who's not, in case we need to coordinate for something larger or coordinate some sort of an evacuation. I think we should make that one of our priorities at this point. Have you heard anything from the Whispers?
I think Go is gone. And I think Angel is gone, right? I got nothing from her last time, right? They're the only ones I tried to reach out for. Jill, I spoke with Jill. She said that she didn't know what happened to them.
Okay.
Latisse made it out, but she is missing her ghoul. So it's been more than a week and he still hasn't shown up. My Samisi friend is all right. I haven't heard from Remus. I don't know what happened to Remus.
Have we done any other searches of the site yet?
No, I haven't gone back.
I don't know if it's maybe too hot to go in there right now, but that might be worth something, even if it's just for finality's sake.
Word from the mayor is, and from other people that I've asked, other sources of mine, the ATF has been trying to sweep this under the rug, and rebuilding of the city has been hasty. And so things are being reconstructed, but the mayor said that it was too hot for him to be poking around. And so, I mean, in a metaphorical sense, not the actual building. And so he hasn't been able to get me any intelligence on movements of that sort.
Okay. I guess it's a wait and see. Fortunately, until we get our communications up and establish what we're working with, I don't see us doing too much poking around in the meantime. Okay. Let's find your way into this other plane of existence.
Okay, I'm gonna call Oubliette.
Okay.
Is there anything I can do to help investigate? I do not know this Colin. I know we are in his house, but this is. I mean, I could go and be unseen and investigate the building we were at. So I don't know. I feel useless sitting here just listening to the story of Colin.
Well, Henri, he's not. How do I explain it?
I'm not saying he's gone. I'm just saying I'm useless to help with him. So I'm not.
He's not on our level anymore.
Yeah, it's not that you're useless. It says that everybody has their different strengths, Henri.
You know, no, but this, I have strengths. I can say I can go somewhere else. I said, like, you were saying no one has gone to check the building. I can go to the building now and walk around and look to see if I can find anything.
It wouldn't matter because he's not on this plane of existence.
I'm not looking for Colin. I'm looking for the bastards that captured me. Enough.
Yeah, he's not talking about that at all. He's trying to find a use
I don't care about Colin. No offense, Miss Sophie, but I want to find the man that did this. And so sitting here talking about Colin, he sounds like a nice man, but I would rather catch the man that did this.
We
Actually-
do still need to find out if any of them are still in town.
I think that's a good idea, especially if you can not draw attention to yourself. And I can, I would be happy to accompany you. If we can just look for any other evidence or anything that we can salvage.
I would welcome you to come along with me, my lady, to investigate.
She's gonna giggle every time he says that.
He just looks over at Hesperia like she's grown an extra head suddenly, just like,
I come from the old country, so it's like, it's like dealing with royalty here.
oh, this is new. Okay, so why don't y'all go check that out? And Sophie and I, Damaris, you can go with them or us.
I'm gonna go check out my haven.
Not by yourself, you're not.
Well, I that's what I'd planned on doing, but everyone's kind of doing something, so
How close is your haven?
I don't know. It's
From here, it's the other side of town. It's actually the other
opposite
side of
end
the valley.
town.
So you'd have to go through the city to get there.
Yep.
So the wreckage is basically on the way.
So can we investigate the wreckage and then goes to your haven afterwards?
Sure. I mean, I'm just kind of looking for clues because when I was attacked, I was asleep, but I had a feeling that something was watching me, so to speak, and I woke up and there was these whole beings around my chamber,
So
but
we've
they
got a
weren't
little.
physically there.
I don't mean to interrupt. We got a little bit of feedback coming in. I think it might be coming from Brittany's. So if maybe turn your speakers down just a touch, if you can, or what you may. I mean, obviously you can mute yourself too, but what you may try is you can individually adjust everybody else's volume. So that might help too.
Yeah, I was gonna try that.
Sorry, let me turn down my volume too. Maybe that's an issue.
No, your volume would be fine. It's dependent upon her side. Basically,
It's
your
your
voice is coming
volume
through.
coming through my speaker.
Yep.
So if I can turn you down just a smidge, see if that makes a difference.
Because we still want her to be able to hear everybody.
Right.
Tell me if that's better.
I don't know. Do you still hear my echo?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
So,
So yeah, I guess I'll. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, Robert is waiting outside. I don't know the transportation you have. We have it can seat the 4 in there's a cargo van. So he would be willing to drive myself and you ladies, so you can go.
I'll ride with you. That's fine.
Okay.
So if I understand it correctly, then everybody's going to go to the site of the building that exploded, and you're going to investigate some. And
Right, but Hesperia and I, we're not gonna get close enough. We're gonna get close so we can vanish to walk in and be invisible to walk around, and and if Rachel can do if she has anything that she can do outside in the van while we're doing our deal, and then come back, we can touch base from there.
Gotcha. And then what is Miriam and Sophie doing?
We're going to try and get a hold of Oubliette to try and arrange a meeting with Isadora to ask about the shadows.
That's what I thought. Okay, so the three of you and Robert head out to the first location to go do your thing and try to investigate a little bit. So Sophie, you end up making a call, and Oubliette picks up, and she says, Sophie, what's going on?
Hi, how's Isadora doing?
She's up and about. She's not in a good mood, but she's up and about.
Do you think I could speak with her?
Hold on one second. You can hear her, like, cover up the phone. She says, what for?
tell her shadow stepping. Isn't that what it called? Or is it sidestepping, Jerome? Which one is
No,
it?
it's neither.
What am I thinking of then? What is it
You're
called?
thinking of werewolf.
Werewolf.
Is
Yeah.
sidestepping.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Um,
Never mind then.
I think she may be able to help me find Colin. There's some weird magic that we think she knows someone who could help with.
Yeah, gotcha. Trying to reclaim true love. Hold on a second.
True love.
And so she covers up the phone again. And she says, okay, so is it just you or how many people are coming?
Mia and Miriam.
And that's it?
To speak with her, yes.
Okay. She, and she, like, there's like a touch of a pause, like maybe she's relaying that or getting the approval, and she's like, no, okay, you're good.
Where can we meet up?
I'll text you the address.
Thank you so much.
No problem. And she says, be there in 15. Be there in 15.
All right.
So Miriam heads out the front door.
I call Colin. Sophie follows her.
So they head to her SUV and hop in. And what's the address?
Okay. The address you were given is actually to a nice bed and breakfast that sits on the southern part of Ashland.
And how far away is it from here?
About 20 minutes if you haul ass on the freeway.
Okay.
We're hauling ass on the freeway.
All right, I'm going to text her.
I go to Toreador. I can get out of any ticket.
I'm going to text her ETA 20.
Okay. So you guys get down to this, and Ashland is kind of known for it because it's touristy. They've got B&Bs like all over the damn place, even in real life. And this one's nice. It's secluded. It's got overhang trees and kind of a rustic looking, lodge and whatnot. And a couple smaller buildings that are out. Standing outside, you see Painwise just kind of keeping an eye out, visibly armed.
It's good to see you. I'm glad you're doing all right.
Got a scar.
It's okay. Chicks dig scars. I mean, not that you need that, but...
Pain heals. Bruises fade. Chicks dig scars.
Well, if I was still a part of my tribe, it would be a sign of it would be a sign of glory and honor, but it is what it is. She's expecting you. Holds the door.
Thank you.
So the inside of the house, it's nothing like the house you guys know her for. So it's very homey on the inside. You're very, very quaint. I mean, it's set up for, a moderate sized family. So it's got the oven and whatnot, but I mean, it's not like expansive and art everywhere and whatnot. There's
not filled with death metal.
Yeah, nothing like that. No, it literally looks like it probably was used as a model home on Country Homes magazine or something, to advertise. So
you expect June Cleaver to walk out of the kitchen any moment, dressed in kitten pumps and an A-line skirt with with an apron on around her waist.
Kind of, but you walk into the living room and Oubliette ushers you guys into the dining room, and at this point you see Isadora not dressed like you would normally see her. She's actually dressed more rockabilly. So she's got kind of the 50s hair. She's got she altered her body a little bit to have some tattoos temporarily, to give it kind of that little bit of a clash, like the 50s housewife meets, 70s and 80s biker girl with, a little bit of tats here and there.
I like the look, Isadora.
She says, "Thank you. Everybody, please have a seat."
Can I lean over and kiss her cheek?
Oh, of course.
And give her a hug before I sit down.
I don't know her that well.
I do.
So,
not that well.
Yes, you do. There are pictures.
Uh-oh.
I was not told about pictures.
Okay.
And also, I am not surprised.
FedEx me one of those drives, the USB drives. There we go.
Yeah.
With the photos.
No, Abby.
So she pulls out from what looks like a milk carton, and has, some of your typical, like,
kitchen goblets.
Kitchen glasses, like very nice crystal, crystal glasses and whatnot. And she pours pours reddish liquid into both.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, why exactly do you need to see me?
So it appears.
I'm gonna hold out Colin's ring and drop it in her hand.
So she looks at it for a second and then looks at you like, why the hell did you just drop this ring in my hand? And she's like, oh.
Can you help us? Can you help us find him?
He's in the Shadowlands.
And get him out?
That's a little out of my bag, girl. That's not really something I do.
But you know people, right?
Oh, I see. Why exactly are you not going to your local Giovanni?
Because the ones that can actually do it are in Italy that I know. And this is very low on the totem pole for them. They would not consider a human important enough to go after them. They've got other things to deal with.
I see. So I have to be the fixer, the middle woman. All right.
Basically, you know some of the same people that Malcolm.
Oh, I know.
knows.
I know. I know
And
one
this
of
is a
your.
little discreeter.
I know one of your aunts who
Which
could
one?
probably help. Oh, you have plenty, so you don't know.
That's why I said which one.
And so, what exactly is in this for me?
Yeah. I really got to learn how to do this shit.
The whole bargaining thing.
Yeah, I don't bargain well. I really don't. Because I have no idea. Sophie, any ideas?
I'm willing to give anything in my power. So.
Whoa, girl. You talking about... Oh.
I'm impressed. You're talking about the equivalent of a life boon?
Well.
Shit.
Yeah.
Don't make a deal with the devil.
No shit, Rachel. And Miriam's just sitting there, just
Just a little birdie on your shoulder.
Miriam's eyes roll back into her head.
Yeah, they do. Very much so.
And he means that much?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sophie, yeah. Miriam just sits there and just sitting there shaking her head. I mean, you do realize what this means if you give her a life boon.
She understands what it means. All right. So
I'm just going to stand behind you and put my hand on your back.
Wait, I thought you went to the other.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
I'm not there. Oh no,
you're not
Well,
there.
thank you for your support and spirit.
A ghost hug.
Almost literally, spirit.
Vinny in the background. Dumbass, don't do that.
Dumas.
she says, okay, so give me a few minutes to make a phone call. I'll see what I can come up with.
Thank you.
Enjoy the blood. And she, gets up and walks out of the room.
Immediately, her head just swivels. Kind of like an...
Sophie downs the drink. It's just like...
What are you doing? Okay, I get you love him. I get it. But a life boon? You may be lucky to come out on the other side that she never calls that shit in on you. But the minute she does, you could die and leave him in the same situation you're in right now. But he can't bring you back.
That's a bridge we'll cross when we get there.
Oh, yeah.
So she comes walking back with her, with her phone in tow. And you're positive about this, Sophie. I don't want to walk you into something you don't want to do.
I have to get him back if there's anything I can do.
Okay. No, we'll talk later. I'm sure. So the two of you have an appointment in Vegas tomorrow to meet with Isabel Giovanni.
Do I know Isabel?
Go ahead and roll your intelligence. And do you have clan lore? I think you do.
Yeah, I have clan lore.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your Giovanni lore and your intelligence. Difficulty 6.
3.
You do.
Do I know her personally or just
No.
her reputation?
You know her by reputation, and she has got a hell of a reputation. She's the type of Giovanni that will go in and negotiate on a clan level.
Oh.
Like, she goes in and she'll negotiate. She'll speak to and negotiate to Archons and Justicars.
For Clan Giovanni.
For the Clan Giovanni.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You know that you don't know specifically, but you know she's old.
Mm-hmm.
And you know and as such, she's old school. So she is necromancer first. She does not play in the whole mafia mob games.
Right. Oh, I could learn so much from her. Okay. Shit. I'm gonna need to take her a gift. Okay.
And now she says, this is just I got you in. It's going to be up to Miriam to finish this.
Oh, we're screwed.
Yeah, we kind of are.
Oh no.
Because Becca's not any good at this shit. I suck so hard, Toph.
I can give you a buff on our way in there. That's all I can do.
Fuck.
I can do that too.
Wait, so you traded a life boon just to have a meeting?
Yes.
Shut up.
All right.
To
Well,
the-
I'll see you on the other side.
Said to the peanut gallery. Shut up.
Oh my.
And so she's looking at Sophie specifically when she says this. She says, Sophie, Vegas is a disputed town. And on neither side are anarchs.
Okay.
You have a Camarilla prince on one side, and you have the Giovanni Dawn on the other.
Who's the Don? Jerome, who's the Don of Vegas?
You can Google it. They're canon characters. As is Isabel Giovanni.
Oh, I know she is. I remember her.
But it's I know he's Jewish. I want to say he's like I want to say he's a Rothstein.
I hate putting on my vampire politics hat.
You'll be under my protection while we're there. So Benedict is the Ventru Prince.
Oh, that's what I wanted. Oops.
Oh, Shlomo. Okay. Now.
Yeah, I figured he was Jewish. I remember reading it at one point, and then yes, yeah, I was right. He was a Rothstein. Yeah, Shlomo Rothstein.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
So Benedict is the Ventru Prince of the city, and Shlomo Rothstein is the Giovanni Dawn. And they are pretty bitter rivals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look at this.
Ooh, there's a lot of wraiths there too.
Keep it in character. You don't know that yet. So you're going to need to bring your A game when you go there. And you're going to need to watch yourself.
Yeah, can
Have any advice?
do I have any who?
Isadora, do you have any advice for walking that line?
Well, as you're going to see the Giovanni, it would probably behoove you, if you can, get in and get out as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Without making contact?
Without making contact to the Camarilla. That will be highly unlikely. But if you can, that is your best bet. Benedict is very good about knowing who enters his city or not.
I'm sure Shlomo is too, though. I will call ahead and let them know that the Donna of Ashland will be visiting for a little bit, just to kind of give them a heads up. But we're expecting to leave the same night. The Giovanni, not the Cam. Fuck the Cam.
So you may want to prepare what things that you have tonight.
Yeah.
And fly out early tomorrow.
Miriam, what do we need to prepare?
Where's my common sense thing?
You don't have it.
Isadora, do you think the ring would be enough to show? She wouldn't be able to tell, would she? Do I need to bring any information to her?
I suggest you plan with Miriam how you're going to address this.
Okay.
And you may want to spend some time planning escape routes out of town.
Cam, very bitter fight. Jerome, can I roll my Giovanni lore and my intelligence or something to see what I would need to do?
For what?
To prepare for this? As far as meeting with her and what the proper protocol is and...
Well, protocol, you've already got that. This is you two sitting down and figuring out how you're going to play this.
You're going to have to think of something pretty significant to get her to do this for you.
No shit.
So, while you guys are thinking about that, so those of you who went down to the downtown center, the
downtown Judy Brown.
Yep, the office park, or that was anyways. It's all blocked off. There's still some building equipment out there as they're tearing parts of it down and trying to repair other parts of the street and the building structure. So for the full block around it is actually blocked off. Now, it's not a problem. You can hop over the road barriers or whatnot. It's not like it's all, caged or anything. It's more so for citizens to let them know, hey, you're not supposed to be here.
And I'm like,
Damaris, do you want to just hang back in the van, or is there anything that you might be able to look for while we're here?
I mean, I can send my Raven in. I can also send... do you guys want me to scout ahead?
Yeah, I think that might be helpful if you use the Raven. Just let us know if there's anything that we should pay special attention to, I suppose.
Do you see through the eyes of this raven? Is it's a true raven?
In a sense, yes. Part of my my clan. So she's gonna go ahead and summon her raven.
Okay.
And basically use his eyes to look for me in the building.
Are you gonna tell it anything in particular? I mean, you have to keep it simple, but.
What are we looking for specifically? I guess I'm just looking for now. I don't know if I'm looking for anything in particular. I'm just kind of assessing the state of things. And looking out for any movement, so to speak, if that makes sense.
Sure.
I'm not sure what we're going to find. It's been a few days, so...
I mean, at the very least, if we can find something that belongs to Remus, just so that we know kind of like how we know
didn't
what
he
they're...
not own anything? Wasn't he a bum?
Yeah, but he still had his clothes on his back.
He had the hobo suit.
I don't remember what he was wearing, to be honest. I instruct Raven to look for a dirty suit.
Just or just any kind of clothing or maybe any electronics. I'm not sure what else we're looking for as well, but we'll just.
I'll keep my eyes peeled. I'll look for, because I know what he looked like, and I know that he could pop claws and stuff. So I'll look for things like that, I guess, while I'm looking at the state of everything else.
Okay.
So why don't you go ahead and roll your charisma and animal ken?
Charisma 3, animal ken 3. All right, 6.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Missy, how you enjoying that basic bitch?
It is delicious. It is super refreshing.
She says it's delicious and super refreshing.
I got 2.
2. Okay. For those of you who might be watching, what my son was basically asking is, we gave Missy some White Claw, a White Claw assorted pack a couple days ago. So
even I missed out on that.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Colin?
That was Colin. Yeah, he came up
The
and
Rusty
asked.
Pumpkin?
No, that's her. No, he asked here while you were rolling how she liked that basic bitch.
Yeah. It's delicious. You guys came through with the
So for those who are watching the stream that may be sensitive about that.
Go on. Thank you, buddy.
Came through with the emergency booze.
Yep. Did Eric like that strongbow?
Yeah. I also had one of the strongbows. Those taste like the Martinelli's apple juice, but alcohol.
They're really good.
They're so good.
Yeah, strongbow. Well, strongbow is an English cider, and it's a little bit sweeter. So I definitely like that one. I used to alternate between that and Magners a lot. So, okay, and you got 2 successes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the crow or raven, caw, caw, and takes off into the sky and goes to look around in the area nonchalantly because people are going to expect this type of bird. So about 20 minutes pass by or so, and it comes flying back down to the car, perched on the hood.
You broke up, Jerome. I didn't hear you.
I said it comes in
Right.
roughly 20 minutes later, and it lands on the hood just perched.
Okay, and what does he have to report back? I do have Feral Whispers.
You want to use it?
Well, yeah, to speak with him. I also, I would see what he was seeing, though, too, as he was going. That's the Eyes on the Nighthawk ritual.
Okay. Oh, well, then I need you to roll that for me, please.
I thought that's what I did.
You rolled charisma and animal ken. That was to order your raven to go out. For the ritual itself, go ahead and roll intelligence and occult.
I'm sorry, you broke up again. Occult and what? I'm sorry?
Intelligence and occult.
Okay. That's a 1. 1, 2. I'm exploding a 10. 3.
Pew. Okay. So after it lands, you got a good, literally bird's eye view of the location. Most of what they've been doing has been tearing older parts of the buildings back down and starting to rebuild areas that have been damaged. Pardon me. The office building that was under construction they're not doing anything to it at this point. It's still, the only thing that they have done is taken down other parts that were structurally unsound. So that way they could build it up later, which they haven't done quite yet. So really, you got a good view of just construction vehicles. There were some security guards, as far as you can tell, that kind of patrolled the grounds and whatnot and made sure nobody tampered with the construction equipment that was here. But outside of that, you didn't see anything too out of the ordinary.
And so she'll report back to you guys. I mean, it looks pretty basic, to be honest. There's a lot of things that are being renovated right now. And frankly, I think that if they would have found a body, that they would have reported it. And I haven't heard anything like that. So I don't think that he's in there, but I also didn't see much of anything else going on other than renovations.
Henri, you were the last one to see this active. Do you think it's worth it for us to take a walkthrough?
I don't know. I guess I forgot the humans would be so active. So there's the moving around like the buggies to attack the building to rebuild. So I don't know. I mean,
well, this is the historical place, right?
No.
This is the no, it's not. Oh, okay.
No. This is not a historical place. This
Okay.
was that new high-rise that was under construction that you guys came to, that you found the ATF had been at.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I'm confused about our locations. All right.
We could walk around, but
I mean, we came all the way out here. Let's just. I'm gonna go ahead and use unseen presence to take a take a leisurely stroll around the business park.
Okay.
See what's good.
All right. So you guys are fine for right now. You're not seen. Go ahead and roll. Give me a Dex and Stealth check first. Difficulty 6.
Ooh, I got 4.
Nice.
4 as well.
Okay.
Wow.
And then give me a wits and alertness. Wits and alertness check.
Not as good. I got a 1 that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have 1 success but 1 botch, so
nothing. Okay.
Nothing.
So you guys make a pretty clean sweep around the grounds on foot, and while you don't pick up on anything outside of the ordinary, you are pretty quiet. So there's no chance of really that you feel anybody would have a reason to be like looking your direction, or if they did, they clearly didn't see anything. You pretty much confirm everything that Rachel had confirmed with the Raven, but you did so on foot. Really, the only of the things you saw in particular were the whole of the building on the bottom floor has been taped off. Like they're not allowing anybody to go into it at this point. And there are posted signs like at what would have been the front and back entrance of it that indicate that obviously everything's a hard hat area.
I'm gonna go in.
Sure.
I mean, if they haven't torn it down, there may be still something inside.
Well, I mean, the explosion took out at least 2 of the 4 levels that had been built. So I mean,
right, but I'm talking about in the rubble, because they haven't gone through all the rubble and everything. So, so I'm just gonna approach to see if I can find anything that might be sticking out.
Yeah, you guys don't find anything out of the ordinary that's sticking out, outside of the fact that it looks like they've done quite a bit of work in the week and a half that they've been working on it. And they've got extra parts available. It looks like they're going to start rebuilding it here soon. But their primary focus has been the repairing and reconstruction of the neighboring buildings that caught some of the damage, like broken windows and so on and so forth.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and just make my way back to the vehicle and meet up with Damaris and wait for Henri.
Okay.
I'll start heading back. So I'll get there and I see that the Hesperia is already there.
Oh, actually, one thing before I do that, because you guys would have known about this since you're on foot and you went in the building. You did go downstairs where that lab had been. There's nothing down there.
Okay.
All completely cleaned out.
So when I get up, I'm just gonna say to Hesperia, like, did you go below to take the stairs underneath?
Yes, did you?
Yes, there was nothing. It's a lab. There was nothing there.
Yeah, everything's gone.
So they have moved on. This is discouraging.
Damaris, let's go check out your haven.
Damaris, there is one other thing you might be able to check.
Yes.
But not here. Want to give me a wits and alertness check?
Sure. Three.
Well, I mean, you guys have thoroughly investigated what was the ATF or their operations that they had here, but you're forgetting Jillian.
I guess I don't understand. Well, no, I never forgot about, like, I was actually going to check up on her, but I don't understand.
Oh, sorry, you're lagging there a little bit. But yeah, no, that would the only other inn anywhere was the church.
Okay.
You guys knew it was a concerted effort by the Inquisition and the ATF. The only thing you've been able to confirm is the ATF.
Oh, so you want me to go and grow my ghoul? So, you know, one thing I do need to do still is I need to talk to Jillian. She was my church contact. We know it was the ATF, but we also haven't confirmed that it was the church necessarily.
Jillian, My Little Pony,
Church
right?
lady? What?
We gave her the horse, right? Virgil's
Yes.
horse.
Yes.
I completely forgot about her in the mix of everything. That's probably a really good idea.
I haven't forgotten about her. I just haven't had to sit down and talk to her to find out what she knows at this point.
Well, can you give your address to Robert? He will drive you, and then we drive us. And as we are driving, you may call her.
Yeah, I suppose we can do that. I don't know how she's gonna respond to you two, but I mean, yeah. So I'm gonna give her a call.
Okay. So it rings and rings.
Goes a banana.
And then she like picks up real quick and you hear this, hello?
Jillian, hi, it's Damaris.
Oh, right. Of course, it's always about
Damaris?
you, isn't it?
I haven't heard from you in like two weeks. Almost. Hang on, and you hear some like fumbling around and like trying to put things together. And thank you for the follow, Warrior Long Knife.
Yay! Thank you.
And so she like fumbling real quick, and then you hear this, ow, gosh darn, trying to not curse and whatnot. She's like, I stubbed my toe.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry. I've been MIA for weeks. I've been taking care of some personal business. Speaking of personal business, you're a part of that.
Oh,
And I need to have a chat with you. Of course.
Do I need to get dressed?
Probably.
Oh. Okay. It's one of those.
Well, no. It's not just gonna be me. I have a friend that a couple of friends that are gonna be with me. I need to ask you a few questions.
I was about ready to say I'm not like that.
No, I know you're not. No, I just I'm trying to figure out a few things, and you know what? You've got a pretty extensive knowledge of, your job and stuff, and I have some concerns that I want to talk to you about.
Okay. Yeah. So just give me. I mean, you know where I live, so just give me a few minutes to get dressed and look human, and yeah, just come on over.
Do me a favor. Don't call anybody. Tell anybody that anybody's coming over. We kind of need to just be discreet.
Okay, I wasn't going to, but okay.
So, all right, I'll be over shortly.
Okay, I'll see you in a few. She hangs up.
Okay. It's killing her to be this nice to someone.
Your path what?
I'm path of honorable accord.
Okay.
She's not humane at all.
Well, no, you're not humane, but you have your own code of honor, so it's not quite as bad as PIV or Path of Cain or.
No, if it was Cain, it'd be like, you need to tell me your shit now. I don't give a. Okay, so then so she's gonna turn to the others and like, all right, so she's getting up. I don't know how much she actually knows at this point. I've been bad, unfortunately, in not keeping in contact with her because of everything, but we can go now if you want. We can check my haven out later, I guess.
Well, you cut out. Or did I cut out?
I said we can go ahead and meet up with her at her place, see what she knows. I don't know how much she actually knows, to be honest. She's normally like the events coordinator for things, so maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
So, but she is your ghoul and you have not given her blood in 2 weeks?
No, well, Jerome, I spend the blood to give her blood. Maybe is it where I just simply haven't talked to her other than giving her blood?
So you were down blood as of this time. We haven't taken blood off for a while, and we also had a time lapse.
Well, I still would have maintained the blood bond because I know she's still important. Is that something I needed to have specified with you?
It's only monthly that you need to give him blood.
Well, it's not even.
So,
well, it's not even to maintain the bond. You have to do it at least once a year.
Oh, well, I mean, she's still my ghoul, though, so I mean, it's not like she's gonna betray me. I hope not.
No, I misunderstood. Sorry.
It's just if they do like strenuous activity that would require them to use that blood point, you're gonna need to replace it. Like getting them into fights, having them use celerity, that sort of thing.
So I would not have said that. Then I'm sorry.
Maybe have to heal stuff.
Healing will do it.
Well, truthfully, I don't know the extent of her abilities as of yet, so that's something that we haven't been on. Also depends if she's a snitch or not.
So you end up going to this. It's not shady, but it's definitely lower income apartment complex. 2 stories. It sits not far away from the Southern Oregon University, I think is what it is, SOU or something like that. So it doesn't sit too far away from there, but that campus is pretty big.
Okay.
And you know what apartment she's in. The
Yeah.
light is on the outside.
I'm gonna go with my tall version of Napoleon.
Okay.
My face.
Okay.
I'm going to make myself look like Elle Woods from Legally Blonde, being that I have a sweet pink outfit that I got from Sophia.
Okay.
There
It's
you
all
go.
sequiny, sparkly.
She's like, "Oh, honey, it's menswear." It's what?
All right, so she's gonna knock on the door.
Okay. So she's just in sweats and a t-shirt, but her hair is pulled back and she's put on a little bit of makeup, and she opens the door. It's like 10 at night at this point.
No, she's in bed early.
And so she
I'm churchy and I don't go to bed at 10, so just saying.
and she throws her arms around Damaris.
She'll hug her back and give her a kiss.
Okay.
Um,
She's like, "So what's going on?" And then of course motions everybody in, looking at Napoleon a little odd, but it's like okay.
Well, first
And
let
I've got my
me.
plague doctor jacket and everything on, so.
So she's gonna like stand aside with her and like, okay, don't be alarmed, but these are associates of mine. Don't worry, they're not gonna hurt you or anything like that.
Oh, okay. I like your dress.
Thanks.
Oh. Her dress is nice too.
I don't know who she was talking to.
This is just a new one.
She was talking to Hesperia at that point.
Oh, whoops.
Just kidding.
So this is Hesperia. And I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Henri.
Henri, sorry, Henri. This is Henri. Is there anybody else with us?
Nope. Just you.
Yeah, Robert's still in the car.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's.
Oh, okay.
Ghoul is maintaining the car.
All right. These are associates of mine. Maybe we should just sit down for a second. I want to ask you a few questions because I know that you're heavily involved with your church, and I am wondering if maybe you might have heard something down the grapevine.
So she starts to think, and the apartment's a quaint little one bedroom. It has a little nook for a living room sort of thing. It's got a kitchenette, and she's like, "You mean about the horse?"
No, not the horse. About any extracurricular activities that maybe your church might be have scheduled unusually.
They did start a Gambling Anonymous group anonymously.
Not so anonymous now, is it?
Yeah, they've been having some problems with the speakeasy that's in town now, so it's kind of got some of the members of the congregation worried.
Okay. Have you heard anything else about some? I mean, I don't know how to word this. I don't know how to just ask it. I mean, did you overhear anybody ask about or inquiring or talking about any special tasks or assignments or missions, so to speak?
No, not that I'm aware of. I'm not really in the mission support area. That's more, the actual clergy that they're involved with. I kind of just manage the stuff locally.
Okay.
Have you told her to watch Father Patrick?
I honestly don't remember if I asked her to watch him. I thought I did, but I don't remember.
You did.
What's Father Patrick been up to lately?
Oh, he's been busy. I haven't seen him a whole lot, but he's been really busy. We got word that he moved on. I think. What was it, last week?
Moved on where?
Apparently, it was a mission in Cote d'Ivoire. It's a country off the coast of Africa.
That's so far. Why would they station him way out there?
Probably missionary work, if I had to guess.
And you're sure that he actually went?
But he hasn't been around. I mean, the office area that they gave to him has been cleaned out. So,
How
I mean,
long
it looks
ago?
like about a week. I think maybe a little bit over. I've been really busy. I'm sorry, but I mean, I haven't seen him. So I am certain he's gone.
Okay. Yeah. I've got nothing else.
Was there something like important about him that I should have been watching?
I have concerns that he was involved with a militaristic organization as well.
A what?
That he's part of a group that tends to go after those that they don't like.
Oh, no. Father Patrick O'Toole was not he didn't associate with skinheads. He wasn't a racist.
No, I'm not talking about skinheads. I'm talking about vampires.
What? Really?
What?
Vampires? Remember, you gave her your blood on the sly.
You cut out Jerome, I'm sorry.
On the sly.
You gave her your blood on the sly.
Oh, I thought she knew.
No, you haven't had this type of conversation with her yet.
So your friend does not know of the vampires?
Well, I mean, I've seen movies. I'm
knew.
not supposed to, really. They're usually rated R. But I mean, I saw that Twilight series.
Oh, there's so much more.
All right. So you and I need to have a conversation. Vampires are real because
What?
I'm one.
What? No, come on.
She's gonna pop her fangs.
So you're all
Lord.
boink. And she's like, looks at it and kind of takes her nails and taps it, taps your fangs real quick. And she's like, that's like True Blood.
Do you really not remember me biting you?
Do those prosthetics? No, actually, they don't. I mean, unless you really elaborate with them, it is a blissful kiss. Like they don't get it.
Oh.
True Blood is rated R too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look at Hesperia and just go, lady, shall we show her our true visage?
No, she's gonna wave at them. No.
I'm
Don't
just like
freak her out more so than she already is.
we gotta keep this one.
Freak me out about what?
That
Kissing before marriage.
Yeah.
So
it's also good. Also good.
Yeah. So she runs over and gets a flashlight real quick and shines it on like the three of you. And she's like, see, I don't see any sparkles.
Oh my God. You need to stop watching that trash on TV.
Wait.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it.
Just change your appearance right in front of her.
That's what I said.
No,
Don't go nos on her.
No, I just want to change my appearance slightly to make it look like I have glitter on me. Or that I'm sparkly.
No, I knew
that's how it look again.
Try that one more time.
That unfortunately is not how Obfuscate works. But that is interesting. That would be funny.
I mean, you're wearing Sophie's clothes, so you're halfway there already.
Yeah.
All right. So just
I'm just gonna lean into Hesperia. I could disappear.
Let's leave that for like advanced like
Guys, I really
means
don't think that this is doing any good. I really don't think she knows anything.
I misunderstood.
Well, no, I mean I don't go like actively read vampire books and whatnot. That all that stuff tends to be very smutty, like especially that HBO show.
That's the
Oh
best
my
part.
God!
Well,
You have heard of
we all
Dracula,
know.
at least, right?
Well, I already know you're already into that stuff, so this is real. Like I need to know what Father Patrick has been up to and what he's been doing at this point, because it has puts all of my kind at risk.
So, Father Patrick is trying to be what? Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and
Yes.
he's trying. What? Really?
Not in the literal sense of he's Buffy and he's trying to, stake people, but no, he is involved in some sort of militaristic operation that is hunting us.
Go ahead and roll your charisma and your expression.
Charisma. I do have one in expression. What? That's 2.
2. She's like, I don't know. It sounds all kind of hokey, but okay. So say I believe all this stuff, but Father Patrick's not here anymore. So
I know, but he only just left a week ago, and everything that's happened within the last 2. You don't think that's a little bit of a coincidence that he's all of a sudden leaving to some far off country?
So you're saying he caused a lot of explosions and
Yes. I'm gonna pull out
Really?
a drawing because I remember the picture of the cross that he was wearing, or the symbol that he was wearing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna pull it out and I'm gonna show this to her.
Okay.
Where else have you seen this symbol?
That cross?
The ATF one, right? Not the ATF, but the
one that was in the car.
Society Leopold.
Yeah.
The Society. Thank you. The Society of Leopold.
I see it all over the church. That's just the sign of the cross.
No, look more closely. She's gonna point out the specific sort of emblems and symbols in it. Like it was the one that we were able to attribute to him being part of that society, but it's not just a cross. There's more to it than that.
So I mean, she kind of looks at it and she's like, "Okay, it's fancy. I mean, I haven't really seen a cross like that before.
Okay,
but I've seen fancy crosses.
But I'm specifically looking for members that have worn this particular style of cross.
I wasn't aware I needed to look for that.
No, I know, and that's my fault.
That's going to be kind of hard to spot, given like everybody coming in the church has a cross. But so you want me to watch for like a fancy cross that looks kind of like this?
Well, almost exactly like this.
Can I have that picture?
Yeah.
Or can you send me a copy or something so I could, because I can't remember that.
Take a picture of the picture.
My concern with sending you this is it links you to a few things that I don't want you to get involved with.
Links me
so
a picture of a cross, really? And she kind of looks around her house and she's got
particular
cross
type of cross. No, not like that. Not like that. Trust me, your religion is safe. I'm just talking about this particular type of cross because it means that the individuals that are wearing this symbol, this specific symbol or emblem, is involved with the group that is against us.
So a specific church group that is hunting you vampires.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, I can go back to church and go look.
And you don't happen to recall at all, maybe, but just by walking past another member of your church, that you don't happen to remember the symbol? Because it's not like every other cross out there. It's like you said, it's a bit more fancy than that.
No, I don't. I mean, if this is supposed to be so important, that's kind of like a hiding in plain sight sort of thing for us.
Yeah, I guess I suppose it would, because if you don't know that this symbol is associated to anything, all you have is it's a fancy cross.
Right. So, I mean, I can go back and look. I mean, maybe there's somebody else that was working with them there. Would that help?
I guess for now, yeah. I don't know what else. Out of character, I have no idea what else to ask her.
Jillian, who's taken over for Father Patrick? Do you happen to know who?
No, nobody has as of yet.
Do you know who the orders came from to move him to the Ivory Coast?
I don't, but the father of the church is the one that told us.
The father of the one, the father of the. Okay. So
yeah, we have several fathers. He was a traveling father. We have a father that oversees the congregation, the flock here. That's who told us that he had moved on.
Oh wow, that's super complicated. Okay.
So he's not your pastor. He was a priest that came in and then left.
Yes.
He's a member of the clergy.
Are you maybe helping to forward anything to Father Patrick? Do you know who's set up his arrangements? It's sending any of his personal effects or
are you forwarding his mail?
No, I don't know offhand, but I could find that. We would have a record on our shipping receipts.
Yeah, if you could maybe also keep an eye out for that. And if you can maybe get us some sort of an address for Father Patrick, we would just like to keep
tabs on him
for the meantime.
Sure. Yeah, I can do that.
And can you also go ahead and just pay special close attention to this particular symbol? And she'll take the time to kind of point out specific characteristics of it that would indicate that they're part of, this special church group.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can keep an eye on that. Was there anything else?
I mean,
I feel like you came over and hoped I had a lot of stuff, and I spoiled everything because I didn't believe in vampires.
No, that's my fault for not telling you in the beginning. So sorry.
You don't hate me, do you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I just want you to lay low and be careful. Just don't put yourself in harm's way.
Okay. I can do that.
Please be discreet if you're looking for. I just want you to exercise, discreet, because if anybody were to find out that you're actively probing or noticeably probing into this type of symbol, it could be bad. So I just want you to be careful. Just act normal, I guess.
Act normal. I can do that.
And I promise I won't be so scarce. Things have just kind of hit the fan in a sense. So.
Okay. Did you? I know this is kind of out of left field, like everything else is, but did you want to crash?
No, we've still got a couple other places to visit tonight, but
okay.
I wanted to make a special visit here because you're important to me. So. But I want you to be careful. Please don't reveal anything that you've talked to about with us to anybody else, and just keep a low profile. But please keep your eyes peeled and your ears open.
Okay, I will. I'll let you know when I find out something. I promise.
There is a movie that you must watch. It's a German vampire movie. It's called The Nosferatu. You must watch this movie.
You should probably Netflix it.
Wasn't that like a remake of Shadow of the Vampire with Willem Dafoe?
It was not as a remake. It's a very old black and white movie. I don't know who this Dafoe man is.
I think he's an actor.
Well, his brother was the ally.
You cut out there a lot.
She says his brother was the ally.
The ally?
The ally to foe? I don't get it.
Is there a foe is an enemy and an ally is a friend? So the ally, the foe. Yeah. I think it's
all right.
Like, sorry,
Henri. All right, Henri.
She's like, sorry, bad church joke. That's
okay. No, it's an old movie from the 20s. It's an interpretation of Bram Stoker. This is Dracula.
Okay. Sure.
But anyway, some basic guidelines and stuff. Don't tell anybody who we are. That any conversations that you and I have are between us only and nobody else.
Well, and them apparently, right?
And them, obviously, but it doesn't go any further than here.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
All right, so she'll give her a kiss, brief hug, because I know she expects it, and then we'll leave.
So she's happy.
I bow, I flourish, I open the door for the ladies.
Cool. So she'll leave.
Hesperia giggles a little more.
I turn to Jillian and I'm like, if I may, I go to grab her hand and try to kiss her hand.
Oh, okay. So she's like, oh, merci.
Henri, it's okay. Her boat doesn't float that way. You're fine.
Merci, mon ami.
All right, so I guess we leave.
Okay. And then we'll go ahead and call it there. It's almost 10:30. We've got almost a full 3 hours in at that point.
Nice.
So, and this is the second game.
Yes, we did XP last game.
Yeah, we did XP last time. Okay, just want to make sure.
I'm not opposed to more XP though.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to spend what I already have, but
it's called Quarantine XP.
Yeah.
I am good with this. I am so good with this.
Some quarantine XP, huh?
Yep.
Gotcha.
You're welcome, guys.
Thank you. So, Jerome, you've been working from home for a month. I've been here for 3 weeks. Quarantine XP is a good thing.
All right. Nice. Whatever I roll on the die,
we get double.
No. Whatever I roll on this is what you get.
Is that a D10 or 20?
That's 20. A 20.
Awesome. All right. So it's at least one, guys.
Thanks, Rachel.
Let's be optimistic. Let's go for the 20. Critical roll.
I wonder if I should walk that back.
He's like, that's too high.
Oh, no.
I bet.
Hang on a second. So I can't.
I bet it was a 20.
Can't take that. So 1 second. I will post this in the chat.
Oh.
Oh, please let it be good.
I bet it's a 1, and he's just being dramatic.
You roll it. If he rolls a 1, then we owe him XP.
Yeah.
You know, I like that. I like that.
Oh, I'm fresh out. I'm fresh out.
No, would you like me to roll it for you?
No.
10, 15.
It
All
was
right,
a
I have
3.
19 XP.
Yeah, exactly. It was a
What?
3.
17, yes!
Yay! That's awesome.
Wow, that's a lot. All right.
I'll take
You're
it.
just gonna do it like on a D10. Like I'm cool with that too. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I need to buy some shit. and I just spent XP.
I didn't. I have a lot to spend now.
So there you go. It was 17.
17
Wow.
quarantine XP.
17.
And watch we don't get any XP next month.
Wow.
Did we get 4 last time? Is that right? So 4 last time and 17 this time around.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, so
everybody make sure that we keep a note of that someplace so that George can get some of his quarantine XP too for next time.
Well, thank you for doing that, Jerome. You didn't have to. It was more of a joke than anything, but I really appreciate it.
thank you
No,
so much.
it's been a rough go of it, and I appreciate having the outlet of being able to play. So
No, that's been fun.
no
Thank you.
problems there. So with that being said, our next game will be May the 1st.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Brittany and I have already been planning.
Good. So it'll be May the 1st. And then Cyberpunk is coming up on the 25th, and Firefly is coming up on the 22nd.
Yep.
We need to make time to play the D20.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, everybody was kind of having a rough go of it this past week, so I was hesitant to even ask. If
It
anybody
has
wanted
been a
that.
really rough week.
It's been a weird week.
So-
And you were off, Missy.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly,
Yeah,
She's always a little off, though.
she wasn't really off. We
I mean,
got-
look at her face.
Yeah.
She's some stuff.
I've seen some things.
I suppose she's seen shit.
All right, so we'll go ahead and call it there. I hang on the line a little bit afterwards in case anybody has any questions or whatnot. So with that, we'll go ahead and call it, and you guys have a good night. Bye.